What's up, friends? It's Kandron and I'm back with another solo video. This time it is a spend the weekend with me video. I actually did a really cool thing. Robert Glasper he was commissioned to compose a symphony or compose some music for a local new age orchestra here. And so I heard some original Robert Glasper music, as well as some of his older music, and with special guest Bilal. It was a very cool experience. So I obviously do not have video of the music because I do not want to get a copyright strike, but I will leave a link down below for the orchestra, and I will also put in clips of a funny story that he shared. And I also am sharing my meal prep. I do a little bit of meal prep on Mondays, especially because I go into the office on Mondays and Tuesdays now, and because Deja and I record our reality recaps on Monday nights. If you've never joined us, you should. So I do a little bit of meal prep just to show you how I set myself up for success. A lot of people ask me what I eat, so this is just my offering, you know? And then I'm gonna do a very mini haul at the end of nothing at all high end, just a bunch of stuff I got. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned and I'll be. The show was at the Night Concert Hall, which is across the street from the Art Center. I absolutely love the Art Center. It is one of my favorite venues that's not talked about enough in downtown Miami area. And then Robert Glasper was actually quite funny. So here's the story.
You want to tell? Oh my God. Okay. No. Tell it.
We went to the Grand Line, and we went to the right, you walk the red carpet. People take pictures of you, right? You're like, posing and everything. No one was taking pictures of us. No one knew who the hell we were. So we were, and one time we were walking like no one was caring about us. No one taking the picture of us. And this one lady came over. It was like, the camera said like ABC News. It was something big. It was something huge. And she was like, you two, come here. And we're like, oh snap, we're gonna be on camera. We ran over there and she's like, we're like out of breath, we're like, hi. And she's like, and the guy whispered in her ear. And she's like, oh, sorry, not you two.
First things first, I always start off with a drink. This is the Flybird Pina Colada. Sorry, some of the clips are upside down. Okay, so on to this week's salad. It is a riff off of a Cowboy Caviar. And just a quick tip, as you're cutting corn, it's always best if you go ahead and invert a bowl into a bigger bowl and then cut it. So the Cowboy Caviar is comprised of corn, black-eyed peas, peppers, onions, jalapenos, and cilantro. And you combine it together, and it actually is designed to be a dip. So you can eat it just like that with tortilla chips, but you're gonna see here that I'm going to turn it into a salad. I make these salads with all sorts of ingredients or all sorts of things that I convert into these salads. So think a Greek salad, think of something with Italian flavors. I do all sorts of flavors and incorporate it. I think there's some tomatoes in there as well. Then I put together a quick red wine vinegar dressing. So you can see the red wine vinegar. You see me squeeze some lime in there. I also like to add olive oil, and I like to add my cilantro to this step, as well as my garlic and onion into this step. You're gonna see me season it with some 21 Seasoning Salute by Trader Joe's, and probably just some salt and pepper. I don't remember what else I put in there. But yeah, that's it. Then I cooked some quinoa, fluffing it up there, and then I'm gonna pour it right into the salad that I made before with all the veggies and the black eyed peas. You could do this with black beans. I think I would prefer this with black beans. I was trying to do the whole Cowboy Caviar thing, but I think I would have preferred it with black beans. It was still really good, but black beans instead. And then to the hot quinoa, I went ahead and added the dressing right on top of that so it can really absorb the flavors, and then mixed. Then a lot of times I will add a little bit more seasonings or whatever is needed. Here you see me squeezing a little bit more lime juice. I think I added some more vinegar and probably some more olive oil as well. There is olive oil. And you can also add more seasonings if you want to. I think I added some chili lime seasoning at some point in this, but I must have done that off camera. And after I mixed, you know, I went ahead and checked my seasonings. Gotta do that. It was pretty good, so I just moved on to the next dish. It always serves me well to have roasted veggies on hand for the week, so I just went ahead and added some olive oil and assorted seasonings to this pan of green beans, and then I roast them in the oven at 425. I usually roast two types of veggies, so this is my roasted Brussels sprouts. Typically, I just make a vinaigrette at the bottom of the pan, and then I'll put all of the Brussels sprouts in cut side down, and you know, it's really good. So this time I used balsamic vinegar, and once again, my assorted spices, 21 seasoning salute, the salt and pepper mix, and I think I used everything but the bagel seasoning. There's also a little bit of sweet basil and garlic, I think that is, seasoning. And then I put a little bit of honey in there to caramelize the situation. I always like a nice crispy caramelly Brussels sprout, so that's what the honey is for. And whatever doesn't fit, I just put on another layer on top, and then I put additional flavorings or additional seasonings on top with a little bit more balsamic, and then there's the finished product. On to one of my favorite super easy yummy recipes. It is my tomatillo and tomato salsa. So I basically chop up my tomatillos, my tomatoes, jalapenos, and I think I use some red peppers, some plain red peppers. I take that, split it in half. Half I'm going to roast, and the other half I'm going to leave raw. Okay, to the pan I added some onions and garlic. I also added some seasoning. I used chipotle salt and the chili lime spice from the Spice Suite, which is a black-owned business, as well as some paprika, the 21 seasoning salute, some coriander and cumin, and I popped this in the oven. Oh, some salt and pepper too. And then I popped this in the oven. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. You can see everything has really melted down, and that's where you're going to get the depth of flavor. Once that's done, I put all of that stuff into the blender with all of the raw ingredients plus a lot of cilantro and some lime juice. I do give it a squeeze of honey. Shouts out to Bobby Flay. Just to balance out the acidity of the tomatoes, and I will zest my lime. And then I just blend the entire situation. I find that using half roasted vegetables and half raw really brings out the flavors. The roasted vegetables bring out the depth of flavor, and the raw really gives it some kick. So this is how I do it. Everyone loves this sauce, and it's great for like tacos, so that's what I used it for initially, and I think I have some breakfast tacos coming up for you so you can see. And I will also cook with it in small batches if I need it. Okay, so this is a pro tip, especially if you're going to take the time to make your own sauce. Make a big batch and then freeze it. Find yourself some good ice cube trays. These are just silicone ice cube trays. I think I got them from Home Goods or somewhere. And then you can use these in small batches. This works especially well if you are cooking just for yourself or just for maybe two, and you make a huge batch of sauce and you need something to do with this. This also works if you're using store-bought sauce or anything else. Freeze it in an ice cube tray. You can even use this for soup if you wanted to. Sometimes I'll make my own stock, and you know, it's just nice to have a cube of stock around if you're making something else at a different time. And then you can just freeze this entire thing, and it's still meal prepping, friends. So roast the potatoes, super simple. Boil them in some salted water. I think I put prick holes in them just so they could cook a little faster and make sure some salt gets into the nooks and crannies of the potatoes. Boil them till they're fork tender, and then heat up a cast iron skillet in the stove and add some oil, add your potatoes and some garlic, some seasonings, and it's perfect every single time, and they get nice and crunchy on the outside. Last thing for my meal prep, boneless, skinless chicken thighs are life. I seasoned them earlier in the day. I am just searing them in a cast iron skillet on top of the stove. I finished these by adding some onions. I love onions in this preparation. I also you could add peppers. I didn't add peppers here, but you could. And then I also add some olives because you'll see in a second. I use a roasted red pepper sauce to finish these in the oven from Trader Joe's. It's like a roasted red peppers and eggplant. Anyways, you don't taste the eggplant. It's just really good. So the olives were good because it added like a salty brininess with the roasted red pepper spread. Very good. Highly recommend. And there's the finished product, baked at 425. Okay, so on to the haul. I think I mentioned it in the last video. Jennifer over at Custom Chic, she mentioned that some shoes that were very popular last season were now at Ross. So I went to a number of Ross stores to locate the colors that I wanted, and I actually lucked up. So I bought 3 of the same shoe, which is not usually my fare, but I just thought they were fun shoes and they will help me to round out my summer capsules. And if I only wear them this year and I don't wear them anymore, that's fine too. I'll be happy to sell them on Poshmark for, you know, what I paid and move on with my life. Sometimes every purchase does not have to be for the long haul. You know, ideally you're making some purchases that are investment pieces so that you're not like contributing to, you know, waste in the world. But I'm of the opinion that every purchase, it's fine to purchase trends, and everything does not have to be long term. So let's get into the shoes. They're from Steve Madden. They didn't all come from Steve Madden, but I did end up getting one pair from Steve Madden. So everybody knows these shoes, the Kinleys. So this pair is the green ones. They were $23.99. I found them at a local Ross. I also found a blue pair, which I thought was very pretty, and I am looking at something blue behind the camera that I can't wait to put together a capsule with this shoe in mind. And these ones were a little bit more. I think they were around the 30 mark. Yeah, they were $34.99. So these were actually the most expensive pair. And then I happened to be in a mall that actually had a physical Steve Madden store. And so the last pair, it was about 30 bucks. So they were cheaper than these ones that I got from Ross, actually. But I got the color that I wanted from the beginning. So I tried these on last year, and I was just like, there's no way that I'm paying $90 for some Steve Madden shoes. Like, that's not my zhuzh. But I got the citron yellow color, the yellow green color, which is one of my favorite colors to begin with. So I'm really excited to put these into my next capsule. I think they're going to be a fun addition and just tie my wardrobe together, because I was looking at a lot of pieces that I was just missing a shoe for, missing a this for, missing a that for. So I think these are going to fill some great gaps within my wardrobe. Then I did some more Amazon to drop. I'm kind of a sucker for these, I think. I don't know why. I think I'm just supporting the creators that I really like. So I ordered the signed Blake dress, the ombre dress, and I liked it a lot. However, it's not really something that I would wear. So I'm trying to get out of the habit of keeping a bunch of stuff that is not really my style just because I think it's cute. I already have dresses that are in that style, and they don't make it out as much as they should. So I didn't see a need to add another one to the collection, but it's a very pretty dress. If you got it, you should keep it. It's gorgeous. I also bought these pants, which I was surprised, because when I bought the Tanika B pants, I was like, you know, the pants didn't do it for me, okay? But these looked amazing on, and they're, you know, they felt nice too. So, and I felt like I could dress them up or down. I could certainly wear them with the Steve Madden shoes that I showed you, and, you know, a crop top. But I just felt like they were a good weight, and I can dress them up or down. So I held on to these. Then I did the Karen Britt Chick drop, and I got this dress. I have a pair of pants from her coming also, some green pants. I'm very excited about those because they were a cotton fabric, and they are a army green, which I really like, and I think it'll be nice to incorporate into my work wardrobe so everything is not just black or gray. But this dress is so cute. It is cumbersome. The buttons are cumbersome, okay? The buttons are like, you gotta get them in this loop. So that, I was over that. But on, it just looked so good. I'm sorry I don't have pictures of me in the clothing, but I will show you pictures of, you know, the things from the site. But it just looks so good on me, and I liked the pattern. I'm a print girl. If you've been here for any of my other style stuff, I know I'm like black t-shirt down right now, but I do love prints, so I kept that. And then I just did some essential shopping. Obviously, we've been in the house, you know, we were in the house for a really long time. And so some of my like sweats and just my loungewear clothes were starting to look a little ratty, worn. So I went to Target, and if you aren't familiar with like sale cycles, basically at the end of the seasons are the best sales. So I always say I mostly shop in months that start with J. So January will be the end of like the winter season, and then June and July are also like the end of the summer season and when the fall stuff starts coming in. And also a lot of stores do inventory around those times, so they're trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff so they don't have to count as much. So I went to Target, and Target was like, they had so much stuff in their, you know, clearance section, which I usually pass by there anytime I'm in Target anyway, but this time it was just like so much extra stuff, and I was just like, what is going on? So anyways, I popped by and grabbed just some loungewear type of stuff. Like I said, uneventful, nothing exciting, but I will share it with you because they were not expensive, especially because Target's prices have been going up, and I know all of y'all have noticed. So, you know, I just got some leopard leggings. These were $5.40. Like, how often are you getting things that for $5.40 at Target anymore, you know? I got something else in leopard. Leopard sweatpants. These were $10.20, down from $34, which is crazy. I don't know why those were ever $34. And then I got another pair of like this tie-dye sort of sweatpants. These were also $10.20, down from $34. And then lastly, I just got these green, they're in between a sweatpant and a legging, which is nice, especially for my climate. Very nice, easy breezy to just walk around the house in. And these were only $8. So I felt like, you know, this will be good stuff to just walk around the house in, especially because, like I said, all the rest of my stuff has kind of been beat to hell because I was working from home. I wasn't leaving the house. So yeah, gonna do a purge of all of the loungewear clothes that have seen better days. That is it. I hope you have enjoyed today's vlog. If you have, definitely drop down in the comments, tell me what your favorite part was so I can give you more content in the same vein. I do have an exciting purchase coming in my next vlog. I'm very excited. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Laters.